Come on, two cuties taking photos. Oh shit! All right, that's the.
I don't know if this is good podcasting. Can you edit this?
This is 100%. This is staying in. Do I cut to a lot of stuff? I feel like I have to show you because I don't want you to be like, what is this guy doing? Even during recording, I'll be like, I'll act like there's an audience. I just make it goofy.
That's fine.
Goofy. Okay.
I like it.
I don't have to explain anything.
No, please. I can't wait to post it.
Yeah. See, we're recording. I'll watch that. We got audio.
Take the lead.
Yeah, I'm nervous. You're the first real.
Why?
Well, I don't know you that well, but we know each other. So I have some questions. And whatever you don't want to answer, you could say fuck off to.
No.
But my first question.
I would never do that.
First
of all,
how was your night
going?
Yeah, how was your night going? You got to train me. You do podcasts.
Okay. Because I'm going to put this up on my podcast, which is the Sit Down Zumach podcast, which you can get on all platforms, iTunes, Spotify, iHeart. And today we have a special guest. I'm on his podcast. Explain what you're doing. My name is Dan. Dan Bakst, and I'm a new comic. And Chad's very nice to me in the scene. I'm just doing a pod, and he's a funny dude, and he's very super creative and very ambitious.
Yeah, I could have used it at my family get together. They don't see the same way. And you did comedy in Cleveland first, or you started?
Boom!
Yes.
I was in a sketch group called Last Call Cleveland. We had a public access television show
okay.
before the internet became the internet.
Yes.
And it was a very popular show, and I just hated dealing with friends and putting on wigs. So I was like, I'm just going to do stand-up. So I moved to L.A. for a girl.
Okay.
And
always a good choice.
The girl dumped me, and I was in L.A. for like 6 weeks. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? I'd go to the comedy club. I'd sit in the back at the Hollywood Improv every day by myself, drinking myself to sleep. And the GM of the Hollywood Improv, her name was Rita. She's still there, actually. She was from Cleveland, too, and she felt bad for me, so she would feed me and give me drinks. And it was right when Dane Cook was becoming MySpace Dane.
Okay,
like, huge.
Gotcha.
MySpace was...
Yeah.
And he was always there, and I was like, this guy's awesome. I want to try this. I went to an open mic, and I never stopped. It was late 2004.
So the first open mic was L.A.?
L.A.
Oh,
well,
wow.
I did a couple back home in Cleveland.
But it wasn't like...
I was never going to pursue it.
Gotcha.
But when I got to L.A., I was like, I'm pursuing this.
Yeah, all right.
I'm going to be a star.
Yeah.
One day I'll be in Tampa.
And now you're Florida's greatest comedian.
I know. Quit beating yourself up.
I know. I might do a shot. One of my favorite comedians of all time is Brody Stevens.
You got it.
And I know you have a good a connection with Brody.
Yes. You were just talking about Eric. Eric was friends with him.
Yeah, he
too.
was. That's why he always talks stories. And it's kind of cool because it's like, I've seen him live once, and I was 20, Comedy Store, back of the room, 6 people, and it was the best.
He was in his element.
It was my favorite thing I've ever seen.
That was his wheelhouse.
Yeah, he was awesome. A great series. He's an interesting guy. I still watch his Periscopes now, and I'm just like, it's still great.
The only cool thing about Brody passing is he did so much shit online.
Yes.
That you can go down wormholes, and his legacy will live forever.
You can like catch up to. Like, there's so many. There's still people post new clips all the time. Like this is it's like a new Brody clip a week.
I got a couple clips online. You could splice it in there.
100%. Yes, done.
Chad, what are you laughing at? Put the camera on him. Chad, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? I love your presentation. Yeah, but you can't laugh. I got to go on stage. You're laughing, and it's kind of getting in my head. You can't do that.
And we're back, and that was fun.
Yeah.
How do you not feel good watching that clip?
Thanks, Steve, for cutting that clip.
Yeah, thanks. They're killing it. I don't pay him yet, but we're getting there.
He's an intern.
I have 10 Patreon members right now, so I bought the sweatshirt with the money I made.
Look at you. And if you're on my Patreon, sign up for this, guys. And what is your Patreon?
Just Dan Bakst. BAKST. Patreon.com/Dan Bakst.
Right there.
There's the graphic. Here's my Instagram, and here's my Zanga.
One of my favorite stories is Columbia, Missouri. I was there, and it was an old club. It was great. It was called Deja Vu.
Okay.
It was a big college town, and everyone would come get hammered. Hot girls, everything. And it was a late show. This room was rowdy. And one guy was just like, "You're not funny. You're not,
Yeah, of course.
And I look at him, and he has his arm around a girl like he's impressing her. So I decided to go after the girl. I was like, why would you draw attention to yourself when you're with a woman that looks like that? And he got up, he threw a shot glass.
Hell
I
yeah.
moved like I was the fucking, what's his name in The Matrix? Keanu Reeves.
Neo. There we go.
I dodged the thing and it crashed. I was like, what the fuck? And security jumped on him. Long story short, afterwards, we're doing the meet and greet. He comes stumbling in. He comes after me. I'm, oh, shit. And he goes, bam! Punches me right in the face.
You got it.
My eye balloons up. Like, it looked like, I used to do a joke. I said it looked like the Octomom's vagina. You could barely see out of it. And I had to drive back to Cleveland, Ohio for 8 hours with the ice pack on my eye. It was the worst.
God.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Man.
Comedy!
That's what I'm saying, comedy. I've almost been beat up once. I was doing a roast, and this girl hired us to do a roast, me and my buddy. And we do that. She's like, her friends okay the jokes. Everything I'm making fun of, I don't know this lady. She goes, everything I'm getting told all this information to make jokes about it. So, anyways, her brother's in the war, but he really wasn't, or whatever. That's what they said.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, exactly. And I do some jokes, and the joke I told was so stupid because she's like a whore. Her friend's words, not mine. Not my words, but and I was like, yeah, Ashley has her brother was in the war, so I go, he has a PTS. Was it PTSD?
PTSD.
And she has PTSTDs. Cute. He flips out. We do the show. We get paid. We're having fun. He kicks down the door, throws a bottle against the floor, wants to be. But he's not really trying to beat me up. He just keeps walking back and forth, yelling. Yeah. He's coked up, and I'm just like, I gotta get out of here. So we got out of here. Yeah, and that was my adventure.
Don't worry, you'll get punched.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of
you just hang in there, pal.
I'm waiting.
Dan,
I'll tell enough jokes. I'll get there. I'll do some of that. You went Cleveland, mostly started in L.A. Never went to New York. But you did Gotham. You did live at Gotham. So how did that come about?
I did 2 Gothams.
Okay.
I lived in New York for 6 months.
Oh,
I was I was a psycho road
Gotcha.
warrior.
Yeah.
Psycho. So I'd sublet rooms and I was just living all over the place. And no, I got the Gotham Live was Chris Mazzelli, who was the owner of Gotham, was doing the show. It was a offshoot of Comedy Central's Gotham Live, and yeah, he booked me on a tape.
Yeah,
just sent him a tape.
Yeah,
and then I did it again last year, but it was on a weird virtual thing. And, that I don't have the actual clip for that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I did that, and that was cool, and it was a good experience because Norm Macdonald was the host, and it was
that's awesome.
One of my favorite comics, and I got to hang with him. And
yeah, I love Norm.
Yeah, so but the cool thing was I was so committed to the road for 9 years, but I burned myself out. It was just too much. Just planes, trains, automobiles, layovers, missed flights, hangovers.
Yeah. I don't. Yes, I did 1 week. I'm like, I don't know if this is like I loved it. But I'm like, you guys have been doing it. Like I always think about that. People that. This is the life, which is awesome, but it's like, yeah, it's exhausting.
Next thing you know, you're in your 40s. You're like, why am I on some guy's couch? What happened?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I used to have abs.
Yeah.
No, it's a beer belly.
I know, it's so fun to drink. Why is it so fun?
Good escape from reality.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I like to chase the fun. Like, I don't drink before shows, but man, after a good show, like I don't drink after a bomb, but I'll drink after a great show because it's something. I think that's just so fun to keep going. And
interesting enough, I quit drinking for a year and a half, and after my first Gotham Live, I had such a high. And Norm Macdonald's like, "Hey, want a drink?" And I'm like,
"How could you say no to that? How could you say no to that? Yeah, how could you say no to that?"
So Norm ruined my sobriety. Thank you.
No, I would 100%. I would do heroin if you told me to do that. I'm like, yeah, sure, man. Yeah, you're great. Weekend update, 100%. Yeah, I love it. OJ jokes.
PCP?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
You snort it? Whatever you got to do. Yeah, whatever you want me to do. I'm taking a quick. I'm gonna do a shot. Is that cool?
Are you gonna sing a song this episode with the guitar?
I could.
I think you should. I'll hold the mic.
What if you sing the song, I play guitar, and you improvise a song? Let's try that.
Okay, let's see how this works.
I won't be mic'd up. You have to sing, so I'll be playing. Okay, I got a new guitar, by the way.
Okay, let's. Yeah, I saw your Facebook.
Yeah, and I like it, but it's like just like my ex-girlfriend, a little too brown. All right.
Hey.
Yeah, I have a lot of content out there. I was a YouTuber 10 years ago. I really blew it. I traded everything for love, and 10 years later, I'm now doing open mics again.
We've all heard that one.
Good boy. You feel this?
Dan ruined his life. Dan could have had a wife. Now he's living in a 1-bedroom apartment. His life sucks and hosting open mics. I'm not a very good singer, but I'm trying to feel this song. Woo! Here we go. We're at Dan's house. Dan's house, not Daryl's. Dan's house. Dan's house. Hey, Steve. We're at Dan's house. Woo!
How many years in did you hit this change from like just doing featuring and stuff like that? How long did it take you from featuring to headlining stuff?
Dan's house.
Okay, I hate that question. Yeah, fair point.
Featuring all that.
Like, how many years did it take you to get to a headlining act? Like, how many when you were comfortable headlining, when somebody came like, hey, we need you to do 45 minutes, how many years in were you like, I could do this now? Because you asked me to do it right now.
You're never ready.
Okay,
ever.
you just got to say
Even
yes.
when I first featured, I wasn't ready.
Okay,
when I first hosted, I wasn't ready.
See,
When I first
fucking up.
headlined, I never was ready.
I'm too honest. I'm like, I don't have the time. I should just say yes.
No, I just say yeah. You say yes.
Just say yes.
and
You
then
find the way to
figure
do it.
out.
Yeah.
It's called jumping in the pool.
You're right.
You ever been in a situation where you're just putting your toe in the pool? Just jump in.
Just jump in.
You'll figure it out. You'll learn how to survive.
You're right. No, you're right. I did do 15 for the first time, and I was doing it. It was fine.
My first feature act, a road, I will say.
Yes.
Was with D.L. Hughley,
Okay.
accidentally.
Okay.
Because I was the host, and I don't know, it was like 2006, 7, I remember. Dayton Funny Bone, and D.L. Hughley's middle act didn't show up. And he shows up, and it's just me and him. I'm excited. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm on the road. It's great. And he's like, yeah, my middle didn't show. He goes, so he goes, what do you want to do? He's like, let the white kid do 35. And I'm like, oh. I got 10.
Exactly. That's like my nightmare. I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. Yeah, right on, man.
It was the best learning experience of my life. And I just recently watched Steve Burns' The Opener.
Yeah.
And I was that kid. I was just like, oh my God. But DL was just like, you got to learn somehow. He was so cool about it. He knew I was struggling in front of an all-black audience. Brewed up. So it was a lot of crowd work.
So this is between you and me. Name some. I know you don't like. I don't know. I'm not gonna do this. Never mind. I was just like,
whatever. I don't care. I have no filter.
You don't like Whitney Cummings.
Yeah.
I'm only bringing this up because I don't have it. Okay, I don't know Whitney Cummings. I don't have anything. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say about it. But on stage, you do have a segment. Because I've seen you do it when you open for Tim Dillon.
I put it on my album.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm bringing it up. Because you put it out there. That's why I'm asking about it. So why? I guess my question is why.
I started with her.
Okay.
And we did open mics, and she obviously had, went to be incredibly successful.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a multimillionaire and been very, very successful in this field. But it's like, how you get there? What kind of journey do you want? And who will you sell out to get there?
I got you.
And I don't like some of the things she has done. I don't think she's forthcoming. I don't like what she did to Chris D'Elia. It was a really shitty thing to do, and I don't know. I just don't. That's not how I operate. It's probably why, she's living in the hills and I'm in South Tampa. But that's fine.
You're here.
I don't care. I'd rather be in South Tampa than throwing friends under the bus to get ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so that's where the
yeah, and I just don't think it's authentic. And this business will chew you up and spit you out. But if they're done with me, this business, I want to have my pride.
Yeah, you guess. Yeah.
Even though I'm a fuck up and I do stupid shit, I want to leave with some dignity. Like, I didn't sell out.
Yeah, 100%.
Kept it real.
Yeah, we were comic. We're a road dog.
Yeah.
You're.
I did it the right way. I worked my way up from an open micer to a headliner, and I didn't cheat.
Yeah,
I didn't cheat the system.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And your friends, you still have your friends. Because I see you.
Couple of them.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Check if you want more stories. I'll check the Reddits. I don't fucking know. But I was gonna say you're friends with Kevin Brennan and all those guys, right? So you guys have a podcast together.
Speaking of bridge burners, yes. Neil Brennan's brother Kevin Brennan.
Yes.
We do a podcast called Misery Loves Company. We also have a football podcast called Misery Loves Football.
Yep.
And it's a very successful podcast. And Kevin and I became friends a couple years back, and he's one of the funniest human beings ever. He's unfiltered.
Yep.
He names names.
Yep.
Doesn't give a shit. He's done everything you could possibly do in this business. He had sitcom deals.
Yeah.
Just for laughs. Every TV show, late night show.
Yeah.
And it got to the point in his career where he's like, I don't give a fuck anymore. And it
must be so freeing.
One of the refreshing things ever, and that's what drew me to him. I was like, I like those people, like those rebel rousers, those guys who basically are unfiltered and unhinged, which is fun.
Yeah.
And it gives me the confidence to do it myself.
Exactly.
And so we partnered up, and it's been fun. And I'm one of the few people that gets along with him.
Okay, that's all. Yeah, he seems to look out for you a lot, which is awesome to see. Because it's like you gotta have friends. It's cool. And I saw him over for Louis. Hilarious. I fucking love him.
Oh, he's one of the best comics, and even him and his brother Neil, who don't get along.
Yeah.
Neil will say he's hilarious.
Yeah.
And so will David Tell say it's one of his favorite comedians.
Gotcha. That's all you.
When David Tell says you're pretty good.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. I think you're doing.
By the way, that's when I knew I was a comedian, when David Tell knew my name.
That's the way to do it.
I was in the streets of New York. Sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I was with Kevin Brennan, actually.
Okay.
It was on the set of Crashing.
Okay, Pete Holmes Crashing, season 1 or 2.
I don't know.
Was it the one where they? No, I'll get into that later. The Dov Davidoff episode where he's.
Kevin was in this episode. That's why I was there.
Okay.
And Tell was on the side of the street just
Okay.
smoking, and we walk up, and he's like, "Kevin, Chad." I'm like, "What?
He knows who
you
you
know
are.
my name. I did it. I made it."
You bumped his mic.
I bumped his
He's
mic,
right.
and then then I got Me Too'd. And I'm shitting on it in a
No, I know, in a fun way. Yeah, yeah.
But the good times that I'm not sharing, there's so many.
Of course. It's fun to talk about. Who wants to talk about the good times? It's fun to talk about the bad times.
It sounds like I'm name dropping, but 2 years ago,
pictures coming up.
we were in Dayton, Ohio. It was me, Godfrey,
Okay.
and Dave Chappelle in Dave Chappelle's house, like this.
Yeah.
In fact,
and who's Dave Chappelle again? Which one's that?
He's the Asian fellow.
Asian guy. Yeah, just a picture
He
of
was
Jimmy
in-
Yang.
It was like you're me.
Yeah.
This is Dave. No, Dave's behind the bar.
Okay. Yeah.
This is Godfrey, and it was us
Just
three.
hanging out. That's beautiful.
All 3 nights. He was bartending. We were just bullshitting, talking comics.
Dude, that's what it is.
And he's a comic, dude.
Yeah.
He's just asking about. He was asking about these like names, just random names. So he knows everybody.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. You never know. He might pick up.
Hi, you've reached TJ. I'm not here right now. So if you can leave a message at the beep, what's going to happen is
He's texting me.
Is he?
Oh.
I'm gonna do another shot. I'm nervous now. Fucking hell, you put him on the spot. So you and TJ get along. That's awesome.
I've known TJ for 15 years, and I'll tell you a great story.
Here we go. TJ Miller's story.
So-
You know what? To TJ Miller. Oh, hell yeah. TJ.
So, TJ came to Ohio. It was 2008, 7, I don't remember. And there's a small club. I recorded 2 albums called The Funny Stop. It's like a C room. I love it. It's my hometown club. It's Cuyahoga
Gotcha.
Falls. And I showed up one day, and he's there. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, because I knew him from L.A.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
And he was...
At what level TJ is this now? Is this like Yogi Bear TJ before Yogi?
Before Yogi Bear.
Okay.
Before...
It's like comedy. He's still a comic. Like people in the comedy world know him.
But he's known in the comedy world, and he's been in some stuff, but he's not. He hasn't done Silicon Valley
Gotcha.
or anything.
Yeah.
So
He's not that level. Not hanging out with Spielberg yet.
We need more of you in the world.
I agree with that. Look at this. This is so nice to see you're smiling. Come on. Who would have thought doing this would have connected you to TJ? He texted you back right away. That's a testament of a real friend.
No, so anyways, so he goes, I'm doing guest spots all week. I'm filming a movie in Canton. I go, cool. I go, what kind of movie? He's like, it's the director that died, Tony Scott.
Oh, I don't even know. Yeah.
And he goes, some train movie. I go,
Oh, the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
No.
Oh no, Unstoppable.
yeah,
Unstoppable.
He goes, yeah, Denzel Washington's in it. I was like,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. And he's like, can I do guest spots? I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah.
do as many as you want. Do as long as you want.
Yeah.
I mean, so he was driving 40 minutes
Just to
every
do
night
that. That's a comic.
to
man.
do spots.
That's a comic.
So one day, he comes up and he goes, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, nothing. He's like, do you want to come to the set? I go, the movie?
Yeah.
I go, yeah. He's like, come on down, dude. I got a trailer. We can hang out. And I'm like, cool. He's like, I only got one scene tomorrow. I'm like, cool. So we get to this trailer. We start drinking beer. We're hanging out. And he's filming this scene with Ethan Suplee, which is...
that's his like partner.
Yeah.
Because I think there's scenes. I don't want to give away the movie. We'll cut to a clip of it.
Yeah, don't give away
I
a
won't.
movie from 2007.
But it's like they're the guys that kind of cause some of the issues. They're in like the room. They're like in the. Okay, this is stupid. There's continue.
So, yeah, he's putting this clips in. So, he's doing a scene and he introduces me. He introduces me to Tony Scott. TJ's super friendly.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like,
super
hey, it's my
friendly.
buddy Chad. He's a comic. And I'm like, wow, this is... And then we do the scene and he goes, what are you doing right now? I go, I'm just hanging out, dude. He's like, you want to meet Denzel Washington? I go, yeah, of course. He's like, come on.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to give him something anyway. So we go to Denzel Washington and he has like 4 tour buses. And like a complex.
Yeah.
One of the tour buses is just a gym,
That's-
like where you
that's
can work
the- yeah,
out, and he has
that's
his
the way to do it.
family and his
Yeah, yeah.
friends, and there's all these people, and Denzel's standing there, he's holding court, and we walk up, we're the only white dudes, and he goes, hey Denzel, I bought you this jelly. I guess he went to some mom pod, and Denzel's like looking at it, like Denzel looks at things, like
Yeah.
eye open, like,
Yeah.
"Where'd you
Yeah.
get this?"
Yeah. Exactly. Really delivering his lines. Yeah.
And then he goes, I want to introduce you to my friend. He's a comic. His name's Chad Zumach. And I had a LeBron James jersey on. Actually, you know what? This was 2010. No, 2012.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, 2012.
That makes sense.
I got my because LeBron was in the middle of the decision.
Yeah, actually, so this is after Yogi, but he's kind of famous.
Maybe it is after.
It is
Yogi
because
Bear.
Unstoppable was after that. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I get
You're
my,
fine. It's I know as IMDb too well.
A lot of drinking.
Yes.
So I guess I did. Because I ran into
Yeah.
TJ
Yes.
for a million times over the years, and he sees my jersey. He's like, he's going to New York, right? Like Denzel. I was like,
Yeah.
who? LeBron? I go, yeah, he's going to New York. I go, he's not going to New York.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guarantee he doesn't go to New York. He's going to New York. So we're arguing. I go, why would he go to New York? And he's telling me, I'm like, but he's from Cleveland. Why would he go? And next thing you know, he goes
He's
to
in New York.
Miami.
Oh, Miami
So
Heat,
me and
yeah.
Denzel were both wrong.
There you go. So you heard it here first. Denzel Washington, an idiot.
So afterwards, he's like, let's go get some food. So we go to catering, and we're sitting down in catering, and Rosario Dawson sits down right in
Okay.
front of us.
Yep.
And she's just talking, and I'm eating chicken breast and rice. She just starts, she takes my fork and starts eating it. Like, she's eating off my fork, and I'm just like, now what do I do? Do I
Yeah.
take
it
the
back.
fork? Because now we're sharing the same fork. So,
You guys kind of made out. You kind
Yeah,
of made out with
that's
her.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, you kind of hooked up, dude.
And-
You guys have a kid?
she's a very attractive
Yeah.
lady, and
Yes.
and then TJ says I'm a stand-up. She's asking me a million questions. I'm like, this is so surreal. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm performing tonight. I think TJ's coming. She's like, really? She's like, I think I'll come
I like
too.
where this is going. I was going to say, I like
I go,
where this is
really?
going.
I go, wow. So she comes to the show with Ethan Thupley, and they watched me do stand-up.
That's awesome.
And it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think she likes comedy. I think she's like big.
Oh,
into,
yeah.
She dated Eric Andre, I think. Why do I? Who cares? I'm like a gossip podcast all of a sudden.
I know.
Why do I know so much
I
of
didn't
this?
realize this was the,
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm saying.
dish.
The dish of fucking comedy. On dating apps, you're on dating apps as a comic. Are you in there?
I-
As an
I-
older-
I-
how
I
old
don't
are you?
have- I don't
you don't
know.
mind me asking. I know it's Hollywood.
Oh, I just turned 46.
okay.
Unfortunately.
So are you on dating apps? No, don't say that.
No, I am. But I don't.
How's that going
I don't really
for you?
pursue it.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with COVID. I let myself go, so I'm not the best version of myself.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, I'm not really pursuing anything
Yeah,
until
I
I
gotcha.
get my shit together.
I gotcha.
But yes, I'll do.
It's fun to match though.
Oh wait, hold on. Here's TJ.
Oh shit. TJ Miller's on the line. Oh, he's.
Oh, TJ.
Hey, man, how are you?
Good. I'm with Dan. He said he did a guest spot, and we were talking about you. I said I'm going to call him right now. And
Yeah, I didn't care for his comedy. I just thought, first of all, I found it offensive. I like the guitar. I like guitar comics. So this was a very different experience for me to sort of have somebody who, was using a guitar, but not using it as a crutch. And I like that. I like when somebody without the guitar really, truly is not funny. And it just so happened that he was really funny,
Oh, there we
and
go.
he didn't necessarily need the guitar. He kind of had funny, he had funny songs for sure, very funny songs. One about being interested in elderly historical women.
He knows my act.
But I just don't care for that. I like more song parody. I would have thought it was really funny if he ripped off that South Park song, Uncle Fucker, sort of played that, totally flagrantly kind of disavowing that unwritten code among comedians to not thieve material. So I didn't care for it, but it was a big favor to John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, because he actually said to me, he said, look, this guy, he's not funny, just let him get on stage and he'll bomb, and then maybe then he'll kind of get it and quit comedy.
That is
And
that.
ended up being the case that he did really well. So he kind of killed, even though he hasn't been doing it that long. And so it's sort of that's what we call a lose-lose. Because what ended up happening is here you've got John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt wanting you, for him to bomb, so then he'll sort of make his way out of comedy and where we think he should be, which is working at Smile Direct. We just feel like he's got a great smile. He's very direct when he speaks with you. And he seems like he would be good at customer service, especially in the dental sector. And so that was the lose for John Jacob Jingleheimer. And then the lose for me was really, here I am expecting a guitar comic, and hopefully, a bad one. And then he ended up being this, pretty fucking funny, especially for how long he's been doing comedy. Ended up being this pretty funny comic who's got a lot of weird, great one-liners. And then a couple of really funny songs.
Too nice.
And, the audience enjoyed it, but who gives a shit about them? I don't give a fuck about But these idiots in Tampa, we live near Orlando or whatever it is that they think when they're laughing. And then here, so whatever, they're laughing. They obviously don't have any taste or anything like that because they didn't find me to be funny at all. I bombed. You can attest to this. I bombed every single show, and actually, I bombed so hard on Friday that I did a matinee show for VIPs, and I bombed at that one also. So I bombed so hard, I booked another show and bombed on that one. There wasn't enough bombing that I did to be the level of how poorly I was received. So I had to book another show and then bomb on that one. But they seemed to really enjoy his comedy. I, however, did not. None of it was hacky. I'm looking for a guy who's going to get up there and say, sitting on the dock of the bay. You guys heard that song? Sitting on the cock of a gay, just getting my ass.
All right, can you repeat that? Oh, what's he saying? This is good.
I'm sitting on the cock of a gay.
That's good.
And that's my type of stuff.
Yeah,
that
is good.
I do guitar, that's what I want. And for me, he wasn't. I mean, I think he asked me to be on his podcast, Chad.
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't.
I said that. I go, oh yeah, sure, absolutely. I'd love to do that. In my mind, I'm thinking, why don't you ditch the fucking guitar and start helping people have a brighter, cleaner smile so that you can increase their confidence, and it will help them have the confidence to get better employment, get into a relationship that's not verbally abusive, that just continues the cycle of what the woman verbally abuses the guy. The guy's abusing verbs. He's using the verb hammer for everything. He's always hammering things home. He wants to hammer this down. He'd like to hammer his wife. All this kind of stuff. He could finally help people to get out of those types of relationships by giving them a healthier, cleaner, brighter smile. That's what I was thinking when he said, would you do my podcast? So I would never do it, Chad. I'm not going to,
So that's what you got out of his 5-minute set?
He did 5 minutes? I thought he did 38 minutes. It felt like fucking forever. It was the longest thing I've ever seen in my life. Actually, I swear to God, a lot of people won't believe this, but this is true, Chad. I finished all of Dostoevsky's work during his death. I finished the Brothers Karamazov, The Gambler, Notes from the Underground, everything. I was going to start on a Tolstoy book, but I look up and he was just starting another song. So I go, great, Tolstoy's not going to be long enough. So then I opened up the collected works of Shakespeare, and then, of course, he closes, right, as I get to kind of the best part of Othello. So, I can't believe it was just 5 minutes. It felt like an eternity. I thought it was 38 minutes. But, listen, if you see him, definitely don't mention me to him.
Okay.
Don't even tell him that I talked. Well, actually, you know what? Just tell him, get a fucking job at Smile Direct. I mean, just don't tell him it's for me, because he probably won't believe it. Oh, he's joking, whatever. I am not joking. That's where he belongs until he starts doing sitting on the cock of a gay. All right, Chad. Well, I got to roll. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
See ya, TJ. It's good seeing you.
Hey, listen. This is how I've been. This is how I've been signing off every conversation. Good to talk to you, Dan. Good to talk to you, Chad, and fuck Dan. Good. I just stopped doing my podcast, Cashing In with TJ Miller, and I said to Cash Levy, I said, hey, Cash, great talking to you, and fuck that guitar comic, Dan. He's not much of a guitar comic at all.
I don't think I could. I think that's the best way to close it out.
That's a closer, baby. I want to thank it to Chad Zumach. Check all the stuff, all links in. This has been amazing. Let's bump the mic one more time. This has been fun as hell.
Yeah.